Hello everybody, Fazbear and here, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the most forgotten Five Nights at Freddy's merch. So let's hop right in. So this is a new series on the channel, Top 10 is what it's called. I'm going to have a playlist for this, and I'm going to be pulling out many videos about this topic. So it's going to range from merch, lore, and almost anything to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. So in today's video, it's going to be about the top 10 most forgotten FNaF merch. But we're going to get straight into this. Also, if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It only takes a second to tap that button. First of all, coming on number 10, we have the FNaF Funko puppets. They're like hand puppets that Funko made back in 2023, I think is when they released, containing two characters. We have Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie. I think these were exclusive in America to somewhere, GameStop or something. I'm not completely 100% on that, so you can go and check that if you want. Now, the reason why they're so forgotten, well, first of all, when they first came out, everyone hated these. Why would you make a Toy Freddy and a Toy Bonnie when there is a Bonbon on a Bonnet, which are two hand puppets from FNaF, but instead they make Toy Bonnie and Toy Freddy? So that is probably the only reason why they are so forgotten, because, well, they were so bad. A lot of merch might have that in today's video on the top 10 because it was so bad and so weird, but yeah, that's probably the only reason. Now, coming in 9th, we have the Circus Baby glow-in-the-dark action figure. This was a Walgreens exclusive in America and came out with the rest of the sister location wave back in 2017. Now, they brought out Circus Baby Ballora, Funtime Foxy, Funtime Freddy, and a buildable figure of Ennard, and an exclusive to Walgreens as well, I think, Lolbit, one of the rarest FNaF action figures. Now, the glow-in-the-dark Circus Baby action figure is also one of the rarest action figures out there. It's gained a lot of popularity over the past year or so because, well, people have started revisiting the old merch, seeming that because Funko has lost the license to action figures, so people look back at the old waves now. The reason for why it's so forgotten, well, it's mainly probably just because it's so weird. It hardly got advertised, I guess, as well, and it's just a bit weird. It was an exclusive to Walgreens, like I said, so very hard to find, really weird place to put as an exclusive, and just people overlooked it and just looked at the rest of the wave. Lolbit got a lot more attention, obviously, because it was another character. That is it for number 9. Now we are moving on to the McFarlane East Hall construction set. Now, I'm guessing you've all heard of McFarlane if you're watching my videos, because, well, McFarlane was a great toy company. They made construction sets for FNaF. You've probably seen them, and they are very expensive on eBay and just anywhere really. A micro set, which was one of these small sets which retailed for around £8, you now have to buy for like £30 or £40. And the large sets which retailed for like £30, well, you're gonna have to pay up like £150 for one of those. The East Hall released in 2019 alongside the West Hall, which came with Bonnie and Foxy. The East Hall came with Freddy and Chica. Now, the Freddy and Chica weren't just like the normal Freddy and Chica you could find in the show stage, but they were different variants. For some reason, Chica was a pea-colored Chica, I don't know, and then Freddy had black eyes, which was a nice variant instead of just getting a duplicate of the figure. Now, the reason this is so forgotten, well, mainly because it released 3 years after the FNaF 1 original sets released, so it didn't get as much advertisement or promotion. And even though it did get a bit of that, the West Hall got a lot more attention due to play features. So yeah, that's basically it. There's not many reasons why it's so forgotten. It was a bit lower than I was gonna put it, but of course McFarlane's gotten a bit more attention lately due to new sets coming out from Fat Mojo. I actually did a news video on that. You can go and check that out. I'll put it on screen for you to go and check out. Yeah, that's basically it for number 8. And now we're moving on to number 7, which is the Good Stuff Security Breach plushies. Now, these released back in early 2022, in around January to February, I'm pretty sure, and they are quite cheap actually. Good Stuff has made FNaF plushies in the past, very cursed ones, you've probably seen them, but yeah. They made Security Breach in a different style to their other plushies. Their other plushies kind of copied Funko and ripped them off, except a lot less quality. So yeah, these Good Stuff Security Breach plushies could be found in even claw machines just at arcades. I found that once, and I tried it once and didn't get it and didn't put more money in because there's no point wasting your money on these. They are cheaply made, they don't look the best, Monty is a bit cursed, and yeah, that's basically it. The reason why they're so forgotten, though, is mainly because they didn't even get promoted. There was no advertising for these. If there was, see, I didn't even see it. That was a quick one, though, because there's not really any information on these. But yeah, that is it for number 7. Now we're on to number 6, which is the Phantom Foxy Funko Pop. Now, this released back in 2016 with the second wave, I believe, and it was a Target exclusive in America. Now, this Phantom Foxy Pop doesn't even look like Phantom Foxy. It is just literally a green recolor of the Foxy Pop, which was really lazy, and that is probably one of the reasons why this is so forgotten. Additional information on the Phantom Foxy Pop is, well, there's only one other piece, and I guess you guys don't really care, but it was the only Phantom Pop to be made, apart from the Cupcake Pop, which did get a chase version, being Phantom Cupcake, but that doesn't really count. Coming in 5th, we have the FNaF Funko 2-inch figures. Now, these came out in 2023, so they are fairly new. So there were 4 main packs. There were 2 packs for FNaF 1 and a mix of a few other characters in there, and 2 packs for FNaF 4 and FNaF Sis Location. They also did later release a Blacklight series, like Funko always do, but yeah. I do own the Nightmare pack, actually. I have them out of box. I can put something on screen to show you a video of them, basically. They are probably my favorite out of all of the ones that are there. Now, for the reason why they're so forgotten, well, I don't really have an explanation for that. Honestly, this is probably the only one that I don't really know why they're so forgotten. I mean, they're fairly good. They do look pretty good for their scale, like the Nightmares. They didn't just paint the withering on, they actually engraved it in, so they do look pretty good. So that is it for number 5. Now we're moving on to number 4, which is the FNaF Fig Pins. Now, the FNaF Fig Pins only came out in early 2024, only just over a year old, so they are reasonably new. There were 5 in total to collect: a Freddy, a Bonnie, a Chica, a Foxy, and then there was a glow-in-the-dark Foxy. Then later they released mystery packs, including head versions on little explodey pieces. Oh my gosh. And the reason for them being so forgotten? Well, it's like most of the others. They didn't get advertised. Now we're moving on to the 3rd one, which is the Funko FNaF Blacklight pens. Now, when I was researching for this video, even I didn't know these existed. That is how forgotten these are. Basically, they released in 2021, 5 years later after the original wave of FNaF Funko pens came out. We are now on to number 2 in the list, which goes to the FNaF Pez. Yeah, Pez the candy dispenser company. Basically, they teamed up with Funko and Loungefly, I'm pretty sure, and they made FNaF Pez with Funko Freddy head on top. And they did a Bonnie and a Chica and a Foxy, and that became a 4-pack, and then they made more. The reason why these are so forgotten, well, is probably because they're candy dispensers. Why would they get advertised? Sure, it's Funko, but it's also Pez, and Pez does not advertise. But finally, we are on to number 1 in the top 10 list, which goes to the Freddy Pillow Pet. I'm sure some of you have heard of the company Pillow Pet, which make pillows with animals' heads on the end. Now, they teamed up with FNaF in 2023, so not even that long ago, and made a Freddy and a Foxy pillow pet. Now, the Freddy and the Foxy heads, they look almost just identical to the Funko plushies, and I can't fault them. They don't look half bad, honestly. I was thinking of getting the Freddy one for myself, until I realized they're £30 each, So the reason for them being so forgotten is mainly, like every other thing, they didn't get advertised. So they hardly got advertised. They're so obscure. Why would they exist? Why would you have Freddy as your pillow? Oh, wait, no, that sounds weird. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, please don't forget to like and subscribe because it would help me out so much. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos in the future. Top 10, it's a nice little series to do about almost anything to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. It might not just stay on the topic of FNaF merch, at least. No, it won't go onto like Puppet Playtime or anything. No, this is a FNaF channel. I hope to see you guys in my next video.